Hey, have you been wondering how to connect a trailer to a truck, semi-truck? We're going to show you here at Elite CDL. We're going to show you how we teach our students today. We want you to come along for a ride. If you have any questions, you have any concern, let us know, leave us a comment, and subscribe. Who knows what all you can learn here, but let's get you learned. Let's go. All right, we're fishing back into this trailer here. I'm going to show you how to do this. We're already set up. We are straight on each side with these mirrors. You want to make sure that those are equidistant on both sides. Best way to do that is look at your drive axles compared to the side of your trailer. If it looks like you got 12 inches over there and it's barely over here, then you need to move over this way, right? So make sure that that is balanced on both sides. And we want to back up until right where our fifth wheel just makes contact. Then we're gonna go back there and check our height and make sure that we're good. So, all right, so now that we have the truck back close to the trailer, we can now compare our heights of our fifth wheel and our apron here. We want to make sure that this is going to rock slightly, but we want, when it goes under here, connects with this, we want it to be, if anything, we want the trailer a touch lower. We don't want to be higher, or you'll have what you call high hitch. The kingpin will go past the fifth wheel plate here, and then you're in a mess. You're trying to drop airbags and crank the trailer up high enough to get the kingpin over the fifth wheel. So to keep that from happening, that's why we get out here, we check our fifth wheel height and our trailer apron. In this case, I think I'm going to go down about an inch, inch and a half, just to make sure that it's going to catch this, because you have that angle. It's going to catch that and keep us from high hitching. We're going to let this down. All right, let's check our height here. All right, looks good. Now we're low enough that we'll catch that angle, and we'll make sure that we'll get a good hitch there. Make sure your trailer release is pulled out so that when that kingpin goes in there, that it seats nice. So we're going to back into this. We're going to hit it not too fast, obviously, but a good jar. Make sure that locks around. Here we go. All right, we're going to back into this. A little bit of force, not too hard, but fast enough that we get a good solid connection. All right, we got a good connection. Now we're going to pull forward, give it just a little tug. You don't want to damage your... All right, we can tell that that has a good secure connection. Set that brake. And, all right, now that we have the trailer connected, the kingpin is solidly in the locking jaws. We've done a little tug test on it, made sure that it's good. Now that we're connected, we want to connect our air lines and our electrical. First thing we want to do our electrical, make sure that you're all good there. When you open your safety catch, look in here, make sure your pins are good. Plug that in good. Make sure that your safety catch on the electrical is holding that line in nice and snug. Always good to check your cords while you're here. Make sure you ain't got any frays. Then we're going to pull our service over to our glad hand connection here. You want to go at a 90-degree angle here, connect it, and then follow through. A nice good seat there, so we know it's connected good. Our emergency line, take a look at the seals on both ends of this. Go again at that 90-degree and give it a nice firm downturn. Make sure it's seated good. And of course, when you set your brakes, make sure that you got a good connection there. And that does it for our connections. Now let's pick this landing gear up. All right, so now that we have the kingpin and the locking jaws, we have our locking handle secure, we have our air lines, our emergency and service, both those are connected, and our electric line. We know we're all connected. Last thing to do, get these feet off the ground so you don't hit something, mess those up. As you see, we're about 3/4 of an inch off the ground now, because we dropped that and make sure we had a good solid connection earlier. So that enables us to put in high gear. All right, we got our landing gear in the fully raised position. Our handle is safely stowed away. We're connected to our trailer. We're good to go. All right, so we've showed you how to connect the trailer. Now we're gonna show you how to disconnect the trailer. It's all those things except the reverse order. We're gonna go through that now. All right, first thing we're gonna do is disconnect our service line here. Service line. We're gonna put it over here in our stowaway. You don't want dirt or debris to get in there. Next thing, we're gonna disconnect our emergency line. Same thing, put it in your holder. Don't want any. And if it's gonna sit for an extended amount of time, you don't want wasp or anything to be building in those. So we put it there to seal off any dirt or debris from getting in there. Next thing, lift up your catch, disconnect your electric line. Make sure none of those pulled off. Make sure it's nice and clean. We're gonna put it in our holder there. Keep that nice and clean. All right, come with us, we can go to the landing gear. All right, so now that we have the lines disconnected up front, we have all of our electrical and our air lines disconnected. Next thing we want to do is make sure it's got something to sit on because we're fixing to pull the fifth wheel out from under. So we want to run this landing gear down. First thing, you want to make sure that your handle is stowed well. The other thing you want to consider is you have 2 speeds on this. So why is there 2 speeds? The reason there's 2 speeds is you can do the high gear when there's no pressure on it, but once it hits the ground, you want to make sure you have it in low gear or you'll strip that high gear out, right? And the way that you get the gear in or out, if you want to show here, John. So right here, you got this where it slides out, in or out. It's high and low gear. So that's how you change your gear. So we'll start this out and I'll show you what this does. See how slow that's going down? So we want to speed that up. We want to push that in. Have it in high gear now. We're going to just run these legs down and get her set. All right, now that we have our feet down, they're nice and solid. You'll put that in low gear and give it a couple cranks just to kind of get some of that, load off of it. Not too much, or you'll put pressure on the kingpin and on the locking jaws. So just a few there, and we'll pull out of here. All right, so we got our lines disconnected, our electrical and air lines. Now we've got our landing gear down, so it's not going to fall on its face. The last thing that we're going to do is unlock the locking jaws, pull this arm here. So now we've taught you how to connect and disconnect the trailer. If you have any questions, any concerns, if your trailer's a little different, if it's an end dump, low boy, stuff like that, we can help you. But this is generally what you're going to be hooking up with drive ends and walking floors, so on and so forth. But anyway, this is your general concept of hooking and unhooking a trailer. Drop and hook. We'll see you on the other side. All right, that's how we hook and unhook a trailer. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for trusting Elite CDL. We look forward to teaching you. We have a lot of other videos. If you want to check those out, leave us a comment. If there's something that we're missing that you want to know about at CDL, ask us. We'd be glad to teach you. Oh, sorry, I got away there. But hey, thanks for watching, and we'll be watching you, or something like that. Anyway, see ya.